There are only two options regarding commitment. You're either in or you're out. Too many people in our society today wait for the better opportunity to come along and don't commit to anything. Even if they do commit, they end up backing out. This behavior ruins people's plans or sometimes their months of preparation. I believe that when you have made a commitment, you don't back down, even if you've been punched in the nose. After a grueling tech week for the show Children of Eden, opening night sprang up like a salivating dog does in the morning for bacon! The week was exhausting with the late nights at the theater and keeping up with my homework. Now it was time to show everyone the extensive weeks of rehearsal had paid off. I woke up in the morning excited and ecstatic.
I don't know why, but today seems like it's gonna be a great day. There's something in the air that makes me feel like things are gonna go my way. The birds are chirping, tweedly-deet. The sun is shining bright. There's a skip in my step, a pep in my pep. And I don't know why.
Springing out of bed, I rushed down the hallway to eat some oatmeal. I went to say good morning to my parents, and nothing came out. I came down with acute laryngitis opening night. Since I was playing a lead character that sings one of the most challenging songs in musical theater, my voice was needed. My parents rushed me to the ear, nose, and throat doctor as soon as we discovered that my voice was completely gone. I knew that I had made a commitment to the director of the show and all my fellow cast members to follow through, so the doctor put me on an emergency routine of steroids. If I had backed out, I would have let the rest of the cast down who had worked so hard to perform the show. I continued with the routine, which consisted of taking 4 pills and a puff of an inhaler every 5 hours. The cortisone worked miracles. For the sake of the show, I pushed my way through opening night. Everything was going according to plan, until the next day. Our company held 2 shows Saturday, a matinee and an evening. During the matinee, the climax of the second act was approaching fast. The first show was almost over and everyone was excited. The energy level was skyrocketing through the roof of the theater. In the second act, the climax has a fight scene between my character Japheth and my brother Ham. My friend Ian, who was playing my brother Ham, was on edge. We relaxed because the fight scene in the first act had gone so well. As I lunged for my father with a great staff to kill him, he came from behind me to hold me back. Ian's arms came up a little bit faster than usual and slipped through my arms. One of his hands didn't stop and Falcon punched my nose at an upward angle. If Ian had hit me any harder, my nose would have gone into my head. Then the blood started to run. Because of the steroids, my blood was thin, so it shot out like a hose. It got all over the white costumes, the staff that we were using in the scene, on other people's faces, and all over the floor. I was in shock. I mean, everyone in the audience was watching my blood squirt out everywhere. I realized that I had to sing after the sing too, and deliver my monologue. I needed to make a drastic decision on the spot that would determine the ending of the performance. I delivered my monologue and acted as though the blood was intentional. I went off stage like I was supposed to and then ran to the bathroom. Ian came running with me to see if I was okay. He was in shock too because he didn't know what he had done. For some reason he started to strip off his clothes. I guess he thought it was the French Revolution and he had to cut off the blood flow with his clothes. While all the dancers in the number after the scene had to dance in my blood, the doctors were looking at my nose backstage. I remember my friend Devin came up to behind me and said, "I can honestly say that I have danced in Alex Greenlee's blood." I was in extreme pain, had blood running down my throat, and the doctors backstage thought my nose was broken. I just wanted to go home. But if I went home, I would ruin the rest of the show. I persisted, only missing the big dance number. The show must go on is the thought that I kept telling myself as I persevered through the rest of the performance, running off stage at the end of scenes to stuff gauze in my nose to stop the bleeding. I owed it to my peers and director to continue with the show because once I made a commitment, I never backed down. It is not acceptable to back down because someone else is counting on you to follow through. After the show, everyone was patting me on the back, thanking me, saying that I was a true professional and trooper. But I didn't care about being a professional. I cared about the other actors and how their performances were not altered because of me. Honoring a commitment is the right thing to do no matter what comes. If you make a promise, keep the promise. In the end, you will truly feel that you have done the right thing. Even if you have been punched in the nose.
Fine.